History Spotlight, brought to you by HEC Media and the Missouri Historical Society.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jody Sowell, president of the Missouri Historical Society in St. Louis, and this is History Spotlight. In 1965, Bernie Hayes joined St. Louis radio station KATZ as a dynamic disc jockey, captivating listeners with his diverse music segments while addressing the needs of the Black community. Public historian of the African American History Initiative, Cecily Hunter, explains how Hayes became a pivotal figure in Black radio.
Black radio listeners who tuned into St. Louis radio station KATZ in 1965 would hear the smooth, captivating voice of Bernie Hayes, a new disc jockey who had just arrived from the West Coast. Born to John and Alberta Missouri Burns in Florida in 1935 and raised in Chicago, Hayes graduated from the University of Illinois and served in the U.S. Air Force in Korea and Alaska. It was during this time in the military that he developed an interest in radio and began announcing with the Armed Forces Radio Services. Before landing in St. Louis, he was a radio broadcaster in Louisiana, New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. Honing his skill to meet the needs of the Black community, Hayes crafted his segment to stimulate the minds of his viewers with music and knowledge. His style was so dynamic that listeners believed that there were two Bernie Hayeses because of the two completely different sounds that graced the airwaves, with R&B and rock and roll in the afternoon and jazz during the midnight segment. Fans sent complimentary letters to Hayes, with one person actually writing, "You have a perfect blend of music, vocal, and instrumental combined together. You also have original taste in playing music back to back, which seems to go together, all following telling a story." In his book, The Death of Black Radio, A Personal Perspective, the story of America's Black radio personalities, Hayes explores the power of Black music and culture, which led to a rapid change that has since dominated the market and made significant gains for non-Black radio professionals. As different Black radio personalities emerged and dedicated themselves to entertaining, educating, and enlightening their audiences, there was direct resistance to authentic Black voices. To dampen and censor their voices, Black announcers were pulled from radio stations and replaced with white announcers. In 1972 and 1977, Hayes and a few of his colleagues led protests that paved the way for many local Black-owned radio stations and their Black employees. With this picket, Hayes declares, "We changed the culture of radio for African American disc jockeys and announcers at KKSS, KWK, KATZ, and Magic 108. Among his many business ventures, he opened Music World Records in Alton, Illinois. Thanks to the influences of Alton native Luther Ingram, the artist best known for "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right." Ingram noted there wasn't a record store in Alton for Black people, so Hayes found a location on Bell Street where he began to sell soul music. At this point, Hayes also became involved in record distribution. In addition, he has twice had a regular column in the St. Louis American, with the second column running about 25 years. He is also curator of the Wolf Jazz Institute at Harris Stowe State University and founder of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame. Immersed in current events and his community, Hayes has focused on vital topics to transform Black life. His career as a radio broadcaster, announcer, disc jockey, and columnist has brought him into the homes of many and made him a key figure in the Black community.
To learn more about the Missouri Historical Society, visit mohistory.org.